Our target audience was girls between 15 to 20 of a UK nationality. They have a fun, carefree approach to life and listen to artists such as Lily Allen, Marina and Diamonds and Ledger Chapman. They would take interest in most mainstream films. They're not like too Indian, but they go to the Odeon and stuff rather than going to like the Kurt song or something, and watch chick flicks particularly, for example Friends with Benefits. Also the music is pop. Although the music is pop genre, the audience would be more of a niche group inside the mainstream audience, as the music is slightly indie and less well known. Like, she's not as well known as anyone, because when you think of pop artists, what springs to mind is Britney Spears, Beyonce, and Eliza Doolittle is a lot different to these artists. She's not mainstream pop, and she sings about a wider range of topics rather than just love and stuff. She sings about completely different things, and this is why our audience will be a bit more niche than a mainstream pop cut audience. At the very beginning of producing our music video, we compiled a questionnaire and had it completed by students in our school because they fit into the demographic. We based the questions on our initial briefing, and the feedback was extremely useful. One of our questions, for example, was like, do you like the idea of a performance-based video? The feedback to this question was positive, as most people thought it would be more effective to base our performance on video, to base our video on performance rather than base it on a narrative or something. We also got our volunteers to how they felt about the white room, and some of these answers were a bit less positive. Some people thought it would be really tricky for us to do it because by then we hadn't actually found out how we were going to do it. They thought it would be too tricky, and they didn't think we'd be able to make it look professional because we haven't got the right equipment. But in retrospect, some of these comments were very true, because it was very hard to kind of look at the whole video and keep a professional appearance, and there are some faults with our video in this aspect, but we're glad we did the white room, because when it looks good, it looks really good, and we're really pleased with it. We also had an idea of making a big Barbie box and putting the artists inside the Barbie box and performing from there. We hadn't seen this in anyone's videos. We just thought of it ourselves, but we were really keen on it as a group, but the recipients of the questionnaire felt it would be out of place and not in line with our theme, so we didn't actually include it at all, and I'm pleased we didn't include it. The second time we were given audience feedback was when we had made our first unfinished music video, so it was rough around the edges, but we had the basic concept in there. This feedback was the most useful feedback we got, because it led us on the road to like finish our video. The main criticism we got that was our lip sync, and this was really easily fixed. We just had to tighten it up. One of the comments was that they liked how the pace of the cuts reflected the pace of the music video. Like at the end, when it gets faster, we cut more frequently, so we concentrated on Goodwin's theory of the music and the visuals relationship more than the lyrics and the visuals, because we understood that people liked that, and we made the relationship even closer by cutting even more with the music. Furthermore, we demonstrated a use of techniques and tactics that our audience were used to gain their attention and conform to their expectations. For example, the white overexposed performance scene is common among the genre of pop. For example, Beyonce, Jessie J, a lot of stars use it. Likewise, they would like to see the many close-ups of the star that we use, particularly her lips when singing. Young girls would admire this, and they're going to be singing it in their bedroom and stuff, and they'll want to know that she knows the lyrics and it's actually her performing. Throughout the project as a whole, we have used numerous technologies, and luckily, as digital natives, they have all been at easy access. We filmed our video with a HD camera and edited using Final Cut Express. However, technology has helped us the most with our planning, research and our ancillary texts. While planning our music video, we used the internet to find similar texts to the ones we wished to create. We used websites such as YouTube and Vivo. This helped us to learn made codes and conventions of music videos in general and of similar music videos, and these codes and conventions coincided with what we had learned from Vanalis and Goodwin. YouTube was extremely helpful and easy to use. We'd used it a lot before and stuff. Following this, we used Blogger to keep record of all our research and planning. I found Blogger straightforward as it was simple to navigate around the site and to create new gadgets, upload blogs and do all the things we needed to. When making blogs for previous projects, I was unaware that you could label each blog to find them more easily, and this is a very useful tool. I do feel, however, that I haven't taken fully advantage of all that Blogger had available. Technology was a large help and obviously a necessity for filming our video and keeping in contact with one another. We mostly stayed in contact through text and calling, but as we are all on Twitter, we did tweet each other at times and sometimes used Facebook chat to send links from our blogs and see what the others thought about it and stuff. When filming, we used a digital HD camera to film all our work, as well as a tripod. For the performance scene, we used free lights and took an understanding of the 3-point lighting system to help us with this. We did find it a bit tricky to set it up at home, but you can see that in the effects, the results of our music video, but it wasn't anything bad. The lighting was essential for our music video because we wanted to create an overexposed bright look, and the lighting was needed for this. However, we did move the lights around, and this was a big mistake, as when we came to editing, the shots were completely different, and this is evident in our final piece. I'm upset about that, but it looks okay. I didn't learn that much about the camera as I was the star, so I was before. I learned a lot from looking at the shots we had. For example, it looked a lot better when I looked directly into the camera as opposed to looking somewhere else. We used 2 cameras, and I think this is one of the best things we did in our music video when creating it, because it meant when we came to edit, we could cut from Libby's camera to Chloe's camera and so on, so that I'd be looking there, but then we'd have a side view of it. When editing our music video, we used Final Cut Express. I had never used this before, and it was a lot more difficult than iMovie. I think it works a lot better, and it's a really good application. For example, when it enabled us to colour correct to perfection, which was entirely necessary to create the white room effect that we wanted. One of the major advantages I found with Final Cut in comparison to iMovie was that it allowed you to take cuts from your camera shots without deleting them in the camera shot section, and that meant that we wouldn't worry if we messed one of the shots up because we'd still have it backed up, whereas in iMovie you have to copy paste and then things could go wrong. We also used iTunes, whereby we imported our song from CD format using iTunes to enable us to upload it to Final Cut, because you have to change it into an MP3 file, and iTunes really helped in this. Technology was a big part of our product, but I'm really happy with all that it's taught me.